Hey guys, just wanted to jump on here really quick, show you some of the things that we're doing with Everlesson because it's pretty cool. It's not yet all the way done, but it is definitely getting there. Something that you guys can play with right away. So the auto webinar should be live in your account. We've got one thing left, two things left, and I believe that is the notifications. So we're gonna get the notifications done here in the next couple days. I've been thinking about logic on how to do that in a really cool manner in ways you guys have never seen this. But if you're inside of EverFunnels inside your course, you click on Auto Webinar, you're gonna go through these basic setups, right? Very, very easy. So if you're on step number one, you're gonna choose your webinar. So you can do a new webinar. So you can choose your video. You can copy your settings from an existing webinar, or you can copy your settings from an auto webinar, okay? So I would do a new webinar, and we'll go ahead and choose it. And then I would plug in my webinar details, put who it's hosted by, choose my time zone, and then I would come over here to the next step. Now I would schedule my times. So if I have a exact scheduled webinar, I can do that, or I can do a reoccurring webinar. Now what I'm gonna do is I got a new program called Calendly, and I'm gonna add a button to Calendly right here, as well as up here. And so what that would do is that would allow you to pull in your webinars to your Calendly schedule. And that way people would know when your webinars are. Now, if we look at this one's set to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 10 p.m. And so if you open up Calendly, which we're still kind of playing with mine, but if you open up Calendly and you would come over here to your webinars, okay, so mine's called webinars. What would happen is, based on what I'm showing you here, you would have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 10 p.m. So it would go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 p.m., the same webinar. That would not be very effective, and it would lose its effectiveness. And so what's going to happen is we're going to have it to where when you add one of these, when you add this to Calendly, it will only show the next available webinar that's coming up. Okay, so it would actually be over here on the main settings. There's going to be a little Calendly button here, and when you click it, it's just going to say add this calendar to Calendly, the next one that's coming up. Okay, so you'll be able to pull in all your exact scheduled webinars, and you'll be able to pull in the next reoccurring one as well. All right, and so that's how we're going to tie it into Calendly. But basically in this scenario, I have multiple times. And so I could choose a single time. So if I open this up, it's either going to show me 5 minutes from the person's system time zone, or we can have it to where they instantly start. So if I choose a single time, those are the options you have, okay? Or I could just choose the next time that comes up. But if I choose multiple times, now with this, I can pull in all of the multiple times from the exact scheduled webinar, or I can pull in all the multiple times from reoccurring, or I can pull in all the times from reoccurring and exact, and then I can come over here and turn on my special ride and say the first available webinar is going to be 7 minutes from the scheduled time zone. Okay? So that's how you do your scheduled times. Then you'll come over here to webinar settings, and this is a confirmation page. It's going to appear after the webinar. So the reason why this is showing is because I have the webinar funnel. Let me see if I can turn this off. Yeah, okay, now if I come over here to webinar settings, okay, see here, so I can go ahead and put in my own thank you page, confirmation page, or I can make a message that appears in the box. Okay, then I can turn on my chat box. I can display any number of attendees. I can turn on my sharing box. And then here is the order page link. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and proceed to the next step. And now you can set up your holiday hours. Here's the message that appears. If they occur on a holiday hour, you can limit the registration. And then over here, this is about to get crazy, guys. When somebody registers, we can fire off a tag inside of the lead conversion system. So we're going to have it to where a new registration, they registered but didn't attend, they registered but didn't buy, they attended but left early. So there will be like 4 or 5 different tags that you can fire off inside the lead conversion system. Then you'll come over here to your loading setup, pretty self-explanatory. Then this is what we're working on right now. This is called a webinar splash. You can have as many splashes as you want. Now, why would you do that? Well, let me show you why. If you guys follow my lead, then you're going to have a free gift or a survey at the end. And so how this works, if we go back to that, you have as many splashes as you want. So this one here could be the actual order. This one here could be the survey afterwards. And so you'll set up your time when you want this splash to appear, and when you want this splash to appear, and then you just need to go through and design your splash. Very simple, right? So you come up with your splash name, you come up with the headline, the subheadline, the price above the button, the text on the button, where the button goes. It can go to a button URL. And so this here could say, take my survey, right? So you're going to get free gift as promised, lead gen monopoly, claim your copy. Okay, so you'll change the text on the button to claim your copy. And then you can go ahead and send it to your survey URL, or you can send it directly to the cart page, or you could have your own URL. And then you'll go ahead and say, okay, I want this splash to appear at this time. I want it to end at this time. And then you'll go through and you'll change out your colors. That's it. Very, very simple. And then what happens is, if you have this switch off, like I do right now, we're going to give you button code. And you can go use this button code on ClickFunnels, Convertri, Profit Builder, Thrive Themes, whatever. You're just going to drop this button code on your page. And then they're going to submit, they're going to register for your auto webinar, and then the thank you page is going to appear, or there's going to be a message in the box. So you don't even have to use our pages if you don't want to, and you're able to do this. Now type in the chat, guys, yes or no, how many people are now able to create a webinar like this? Now watch this. If I turn on the funnel pages, I'm gonna come over here, and I'm just gonna show you a test really quick of what this looks like so that you guys can see. If we come over here, and if we open this up, let me show you. Here's the webinar. And by the way, guys, do you like this? So if I click to unmute, the webinar will start talking. But what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention to what happens over here. So in the webinar, I'm going to say, okay, guys, make sure you get your free gift. So there should be a banner that just popped up on your screen over there to the right. Or go ahead and lock in your access right now, okay? And then they'll click that button. And then this button right here will also light up, and it'll start like pulsing or something to get their attention. And so now you're able to have these different splashes. So there's 20 seconds left on this splash, and then it's going to disappear. And then we're going to have splash number 2 appear. So if you have free gifts, if you have surveys, if you have the orders, whatever you're trying to do, you have these different splashes that appear over here on the side. See, there's splash number 2. So remember, I had 3 different splashes that would appear. Now, yes or no, how many people can use this system. Let me see if I can find your comments. I don't see any comments, which is pretty weird to me. Can you guys use this system with what we've set up? Simple little steps, nothing complicated. Just a step-by-step process. We're going to do as much of the work for you as we possibly can. And we're going to have it to where you can change out the background colors. You can make it white. You can change out this whole background. You can do whatever it is you want to do inside this platform. So we still have to work on the notifications, and we're also doing more of the tagging with the lead conversion system. So this is something, there's the third one. This is something that you agency holders can set up for your clients. Very powerful, right? So we're going to finish the auto webinar thing, and then we are moving on to back to the workshop. Then we're going to come back over to the regular webinar platform, and then we're going to go back into the affiliate program. And at the same time, we also have a lot of QAs being done inside the system, as well as inside the templates. So here's the thing, I got more to show you guys, but since nobody's commenting, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there because I lose my drive, I lose my determination, motivation. I don't even want to provide value if nobody says anything. So I'm going to go ahead and close this call, but this is inside of your platform. You guys should check it out, and then the next time I go live with free gifts or demo me or training or anything, you guys will definitely participate. So let's see you learn there. Take care.